Senator Roberts.
Thank you. This Labor government is maintaining the tradition of Labor governments, taxing and spending, taxing and spending. In the last few weeks, the government has revealed plans to tax clothing in the name of saving the environment and taxing food in the name of funding Australia's world-leading biosecurity. I would have thought that protecting Australia's biosecurity, which underpins $100 billion in export earnings, would be the responsibility of the whole country, considering the wealth it bestows on all Australians. I would consider funding biosecurity as important to protect supply of all the food we eat. But no, this government wants to tax farmers off the land to make way for its billionaire mates' Frankenstein foods. It doesn't matter that Australians don't want to eat bugs and don't want to eat fake meat cultured, then grown in bioreactors. This attack on Australia's health and nutrition is happening because this government's owners demand for themselves the current wealth currently in the hands of our farming communities. They want to transfer the land and the wealth from our farmers to our billionaire parasitic friends. In fact, when the billionaires that try to run the world say you will own nothing and be happy, amongst the things the public will no longer own is a car. Now Chris Bowen, MP, and his Ministry of Misery have announced fuel emission standards are being applied to new cars from 2030. Increased fuel emission standards. Tougher fuel emission standards. Sounds innocuous until you read the fine print, and I thank the opposition for crunching the numbers. Youths will go up between $2,000 and $6,000 each. At a time when the government needs as many tradies as they can find to build as many homes as they can, the government thinks it's a smart move to add a new tax on tradies and raise the cost of houses and to decrease the supply of houses. What a bloody stupid idea. More troubling is the increase in cost of passenger cars to Australian families. Outlanders from Mitsubishi will go up $4,000. That's a family SUV. And Land Cruisers, owned by every second family in the bush, will go up $13,000 each. That's another attack on the bush, and yet another attack from on the bush from a government happy to harm the bush in order to win votes back from the teals in the city. This will not be the only price increase in cars. The materials needed for our suicidal net zero measures have much in common with materials used in making cars. The increase in demand from net zero means these materials are getting scarcer and scarcer and much more expensive. A family car is likely to rise $10,000 within 5 years in today's dollars because of this materials inflation. Then add Minister Bowen's car tax, and you can see where this is all going. For those who still haven't worked it out, the New South Wales government has just announced Australia's first 30-minute city surrounding the new Badgerys Creek Airport. It's called Bradfield City. It will be, quote, cyber-smart and digitally led, unquote. That means digital surveillance on everyone. It's happening in London already and other countries, with commercial and community activity facilities, including retail, cultural facilities and work, all in the one suburb. So you don't have a choice of where you work nearby. Plans for Bradfield City include car-free streets. No matter what the weather, you will walk everywhere. On the way to net zero, the cost of driving will be artificially increased to raise costs, thanks to this government. That would dramatically increase the cost of living for everyone in this country, increase the food for everyone in this country, food prices for everyone in this country. And it'll ultimately lead to, in 2030, the very act of driving will be an act of civil disobedience. It's all about wealth transfer to their parasitic billionaire friends and control.